I visited Ouray more than 20 years ago with buddies, and there was some leakage from the Comstock there, from one of the pipes, and we climbed thick of the dick back then. We rappelled in, pulled our ropes, and led up and out. It was just spectacular. No one was here at the time.
He's got an overnight.
Ouray, the park has been here for what, 15 or 20 years? And originally it was just naturally occurring ice. And some criminals poked a hole in the water penstock, and the water started flowing down into the gorge, and it created all these extra climbs. And somebody got the brilliant idea that, hey, maybe we should get permission to poke holes in the penstock and actually build the ice routes. And so the Uncompahgre Gorge goes for, what, I don't know, a mile, something like that?
A few years later, Jeff Lowe started the ice park and ice competition. And they started ice farming with the irrigation. So they turned sprinklers on at night to actually farm ice. And it's really, really nice.
Anywhere between 150 to 270,000 gallons a night flow through our system to create the climbs that people enjoy here at the ice park.
We have probably the greatest and best concentration of ice in the state.
Well, there's no place else that's going to have the accessibility that Ouray has. We have the beauty of having 200 routes right within walking distance of town.
Some of the closest climbs to town are literally 200 meters from the nearest motel room door. It's not uncommon for people to run to town and have a latte and then be back up on their climb a half an hour later.
We use the same rope systems as we do for rock climbing. So these systems are really important that we check them and do them properly.
Rope!
When you're leaning over a cliff, there's a very tense moment before all your weight is on the rope. You are leaning back into a cliff, and that's just scary for me, naturally.
Blaze on! Climb! It's 150 feet down, and there's no other way up except to climb. First time I went down, I was like, oh no, how am I ever gonna do it? But you put your mind to it and just put one act in front of another, and you can do it. It's freaking amazing.
With ice, you do a lot more swinging and pounding to get your stance.
So it's fun to look at a huge piece of ice and then figure out how to get up it, and then to go through the motions and actually do it. The sort of kinesiology of actually pulling off the moves and having it work.
You know, you get to that point of desperation, and at that moment you feel the ice axe sink in, and just knowing that you got a good placement. Yeah, I love that.
Ice is unstable, right? There is nothing stable about it. It's frozen water, and you're gonna swing at it and it's gonna shatter, or you're gonna stick. Can you learn to read the ice?
At times when the ice is kind of warm and almost wet, I call it ego ice, because you swing your tools, you swing your crampons, you step up, and you just move so fluidly and smoothly. It just feels like you can do anything. You feel like, you know, almost like you're on top of the world, except you're hanging on an icicle.
But I've seen pillars that are 4 foot in diameter just snap in half and fall on a cold day. And I've seen pillars that are 6 inches in diameter on a nice warm day when the ice is soft that are totally stable.
And then on the other side of the coin, sometimes the ice is bulletproof, and it makes it super difficult to climb.
You know, you have the hollow sound of ice that you probably don't want to swing too hard into. You have that nice hard thump. while at the same time you're swinging metal things. You're swinging them very hard. And harder isn't always better, but you can get some aggression out.
I kind of climb because it's peaceful. It really is, because you have to get so focused that everything else ceases to exist.
Everything just slows down. All of whatever's wrong or weird in my life just goes away.
I'm very calm when I climb. If I'm feeling anxious or frightened, then something isn't going right.
It's a way to escape kind of our mind's going too much, you know? It's kind of a meditation.
And if you get into that groove, it's fun. It's like reading a book where you just get lost in the characters.
I've had my best breakthroughs in ice climbing when I've gotten so pumped and you can't do anything other than keep climbing.
And when you're climbing, I don't know, other people think about all sorts of things. I can't think about anything else except freaking survival.
You can come here and you can climb something new every day for the entire season and still not even touch what this place has to offer on a whole.
The ice park is such an awesome training ground and development ground. I can remember taking brand new people out from maybe Kansas or Iowa or Nebraska, someplace that ice climbing would be really foreign, and within the first day these people are climbing some of the tallest walls in the park.
But it seems like, you know, when you're hanging on by one axe, you know, 100 feet over a frozen river, it seems like you're there fighting for life, and you just keep on going.